Okay, time for one more really delicious, quick, easy fall recipe. It's called a pumpkin dump cake. And if a recipe has the word dump in it, I am all about it. As long as I don't get dumped, it's all good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to melt 2 sticks of butter. And this is just easy, yummy, and something different than pumpkin pie. I do love pumpkin. And it's one of those things that I just, only eat usually, during the fall. So, it's kind of fun to get pumpkined out. All right. I'm just going to melt this in the microwave. 2 sticks in a measuring cup because that way it'll pour real easy. I just want to get it in there. Carefully melt that. Okay. Now, I'm going to start putting this together. I've got 3 eggs. And fall dinner parties are really fun because you can theme them. You could start out with the chicken breasts, that cider cream sauce, you could start out with the apple salad, which would be wonderful, and then move on to the chicken breasts, maybe some acorn squash, and then serve this delicious pumpkin dessert, for the end of the meal. And I think, just love all those fall flavors. So I've got 3 eggs in here. I'm just going to beat those first before I put them in with the rest of the stuff. 1 big can, this is one of those 29-ounce cans of canned pumpkin. Now, I was at the grocery store yesterday and they put right next to the canned pumpkin pie filling. And so you want to be careful and make sure you're getting just the canned pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. There is a difference. So the cans look almost identical. So just look for the one that says 100% pure pumpkin. That's what you're looking for. All right, get it all out of there. Okay, now I'm going to add, thank you, Ann, my 3 eggs. One cup of sugar. And this is a pumpkin pie spice. Or make your own with just a little bit of cinnamon, maybe a little bit of ginger, nutmeg, clove, allspice, kind of mix your own to make it how you like it. I actually sometimes will add a little more cinnamon to the pumpkin pie spice. So you don't have to go out and run buy some if you don't want to. So I'm mixing that together. Now the recipe also calls for 1 can of evaporated, not condensed, not the sweetened stuff, 1 can of evaporated milk. Get that all in there. All right. This is one of those desserts that I really think is best warm out of the oven, as most dump cakes are. You could make it ahead of time, but wow. Especially in fall, if you can bring a warm dessert to the table or warm muffins to the breakfast table, I just think this is the season to do it. All right, now I'm spraying the bottom of a 9x13 pan, so this is going to make a nice big dessert. And then this pumpkin mixture with the evaporated milk, the 3 eggs, the sugar, and the pumpkin pie spice just gets dumped right in the bottom. Now we got to do some more dumping. And that's why I love this recipe, because you don't have to make a crust or anything like that. It's just so easy. It's hassle-free, but it's yummy. So 1 box of yellow cake mix, and this is something I normally have on hand. Whenever cake mixes go on sale, I buy them, because you never know when those kiddos are going to need to bring cupcakes to school, or you need to throw a quick dessert together. So I usually have a few boxes of yellow and devil's food cake mix on hand. Or on those nights where it's, we're craving dessert and you need to throw a dessert together at the last minute, dump cakes rock. So I'm just dumping this yellow cake mix over the top of the pumpkin mixture, and it is going to be the most wonderful kind of, it's not really a crisp, but it's just a great topping. You don't want to mix it in. You want it on top, sitting on top. Now, I'm going to take some pecans. Now, this is optional. You don't need to do nuts. If your family doesn't do nuts, or you could do half nuts. In fact, that's what I would do if I was serving this with Bob, for Bob and the kids. Bob and I like the nuts, the kids not so much. So, you know, it just depends. But you can leave these out altogether. I mean, pumpkins and pecans go so nicely together. So just going to scatter those about. And then you don't want to forget about the butter. And these are just the pecan halves. You could also do the chopped pecans. I think the pecan halves look a little prettier. And now, we've got our melted butter, 2 sticks. And we're just going to drizzle that on top. You could cut it back to 1 if you wanted, 1 stick of butter. It's up to you. And then this goes into a preheated 350-degree oven, and it took about 40-50 minutes. It takes a little bit longer to bake than a cake because you've got all that pumpkin pie filling going on. Oh my gosh, talk about yummy. This with a little whipped cream, vanilla ice cream on top. Oh, yum. Perfect fall dessert. Recipes on our website. We'll be right back.